Blah. Okay.
Hello, this is Joe.
Hi, Joe. This is Mick with My Dad's Movie Podcast. How are you?
Hi, Nick. I'm okay. And how are you, sir?
Awesome. I'm doing great. I'm glad that we were able to connect. I've been really excited about getting to talk to you. So
I appreciate that, and thank you for your patience with me.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
So
where you at, Nick? You're back in the east, aren't you?
We are in Idaho.
Oh, you getting some of that snowstorm that's passing through the Midwest?
I haven't seen anything yet, but you may have just jinxed us. I don't know.
Very possible. Better you than me.
That's right.
Yeah, we're gonna wake up tomorrow and everything will be covered in snow, won't it?
Yeah. Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, and I'll be cursed the rest of my life. I'll be cursed. Yeah, but
nice.
Yeah. Whoa.
So, Joe, I'm going to do a little introduction real quick, and then we'll get into what you've got going on.
Yeah.
So go ahead and hit the thing.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Welcome to My Dad's Movie Podcast. I'm Mick Johnson. I'm the dad. And with me, as usual, my son Tabor.
Hey, I'm here.
Hey, you came up with a new beginning.
And I didn't stumble over everything.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So today we have a special guest on. We are talking to actor Joe Estevez. Joe, how are you?
I am fine. And you and your son sound very much alike. I like your voices. Very low key.
Oh,
very
really?
Low key.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've never. Yeah. No one's ever told us we sound similar, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very much so. And very.
I think we
very
sound
quiet.
I think we sound
quiet.
Handsome. That's what I'm
handsome. Dignified. I thought dignified
okay.
more than.
I'll go with dignified.
I'd like dignified.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let me ask you guys, because I've worked in Boise. I think three different times, and I liked it every time. But that's an interesting state.
Yeah.
And I was watching a special last night about the Indians. A lot of folks trying to give the Indians back their land. So you might wake up with that tomorrow morning. You know?
Yeah.
So I've got a snowstorm, and the Indians get their land back.
Yeah.
And the Indians get their land back. Yeah. But I think you get to keep the shirt on your back. I think.
That's right. Well, we might be going to California tomorrow. I don't know.
Yeah. And there's also a group of oh gosh, what's that nationality between the Spanish and the French? Right there on the border.
The Basque.
The Basque. And you have a large, very good. Very good.
Yeah, big community of Basque, yes.
Yeah.
That is quite something. Yeah. And I think that's the largest community outside of their homeland.
Yeah, and I was also surprised to find out that we have a big Ukrainian population as well.
Oh, we do?
Oh, yeah. My gosh! Wow.
I think either in Nampa or Meridian, we have like a Ukrainian refugee center where people come in and get their lives sorted out and are able to get back into living and starting their lives over in America and stuff like that. So.
Well, I live in Hollywood, and it's pretty much all Ukrainian now. You know, yeah, oh yeah, this in Glendale, and it's I'm beginning to learn the language, because I have no choice.
That's right.
If I'm going to order a burger, or get something done, I gotta learn that language. Yeah,
that's right.
But yeah.
So you are in Hollywood, California.
Yes.
And I read quite a bit about you, and in fact, some of my sons have actually worked with you.
Yes.
Tabor, Nicholas, and Alec worked with you on what did you guys work on?
It was called Wild West Marshals.
Yeah.
So what it was not a full feature film. It was actually a proof of concept. So it was going to be a short film with a bunch of a lot of really neat selling points that you could film it, get it edited, and start showing it to producers and investors and stuff, and to get them interested into funding the entire movie.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I did not know that. I just, Tony DeGuy is the producer and director of that project. And I'd worked with Tony a number of times back in Chicago. And he just, he was living out here for a while. And somehow he got a bag full of money, and not big enough bag though.
Yeah.
But wow, what a cold night.
No kidding. It was warm during the day.
Yes,
and it was perfectly fine, and we weren't worried about anything. And then when the sun went down, man, did it get cold.
Oh man, yeah. And there was one. I remember one restroom that was always difficult to find. They kept moving it on us. I don't know, but
the moving restroom.
Yeah, and the lady that all the things that I've done. I'm sure this is a lot of actors or folks who work in film or work in any art, but it's the people that I work with that I remember the most. And I remember you fellas. And I remember I don't know what the heck it was about. Yeah. I knew I had a gun belt that was kept pulling my pants down, but
Yeah, Nicholas. I remember Nicholas and Alec when you guys got home. They kept talking about Joe Estevez, talking about stories that Joe would tell them, and they talked about breakfast.
Yeah,
I think you must have told them some stories over breakfast or something.
Yeah.
They just thought that was the coolest thing.
Yeah, so we were just sitting there eating, just me, my two brothers, and then Joe just grabs his breakfast burrito and just sits down in front of us, and we were like, "Holy crap! This guy, this actor who's huge, and we're nobodies."
Yeah. We're talking Joe Estevez. I think we're talking about over 300 plus things that you've been in. Is that right?
Yeah.
But Joe just sat down and just started talking to us, and it was so cool that to have this experience. And we often forget that actors and movie stars, that they're real people outside of the things that we see them in. So to have this really human experience with Joe was super cool and really neat.
I'm honored. I'm honored. I really am.
And that's what you were just talking about, Joe. You're talking about the connections that you make with other people. You've been on hundreds and hundreds of sets and stuff, and tons of movies, and going through all of these types of things. But like you just said, you're probably remembering the people that you met along the way more than anything.
Absolutely. I mean, that's it. The bottom line. I mean, that's the only really important thing, isn't it? The people that we pass in our lives, and and get some rare gifts from them. That we all carry with us in our spirit, in our heart. So yeah. I got a funny. It was funny to me anyway. I got a funny story about Boise that if you allow me, I love to tell it.
I want you to tell me anything you want to tell me.
And I forget that you guys. Oh, speaking of Hollywood, that's one of our. I don't know if you can hear that. That's one of our famous police helicopters flying overhead there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They're the stars in this city.
We don't have to cut this short. They're not looking for you, are they?
I'm undercover here, so that spotlight is not catching.
Okay. Keep the lights off.
Yeah. But I had a gig. I do this on cinema with Tim Heidecker, and I had to shoot that gig in the evening, and I was doing a quick gig in Boise. I was going up, and I was going to do the gig in Boise. They were going to cut me loose by 2:00, and I was able to get back to Hollywood by 5. So, and do this. I don't know if you ever heard of Tim Heidecker on cinema, but anyway, it's got a pretty good following, and Anyway, so I thought, well, it'd be kind of a good gag if I bring back for the On Cinema show, bring back a couple of potatoes. They say I got these potatoes from Idaho, and I wanted to give you boys, a gift here of these potatoes. And I thought, well, that'd be a pretty good gig, pretty good gag.
Oh yeah.
But I didn't, because I didn't actually have time to buy the potatoes. So I went to Ralph's. Ralph's is a supermarket here, and I bought 2 potatoes, and I put it in. And because I was going for just not even a day, I put it in my carry-on luggage, in the 2 potatoes in my carry-on luggage. Are you still with me on this?
Yeah, I'm with you. I feel like I know where you're going also.
Did I tell this story before? Okay. Anyway, I get in the plane with the 2 potatoes in my carry-on, put up there in the carry-on baggage compartment.
Yeah.
And I'm flying Southwest. Southwest, sometimes they got some pretty entertaining stewards and stewardesses, And we take off, and it's not, but we talk from LA, and the stewardess says on the loudspeaker after everybody settled in, she says, "Look, we are flying to Idaho, the home of the American potato. Now, if anybody has a potato in their luggage, I will buy that whole drink a row." Well, oh my gosh, I'm jumping up and down like a little schoolgirl. I've got 2 potatoes. I've got 2 potatoes in my luggage. And I jump out of my seat and I go up there and I get the 2 potatoes. And I'm shaking them in the air, and everybody is astounded.
Yeah, she was probably surprised.
Oh, very much so. And sure enough, I don't drink, but everybody in the row, I got a diabetic. Everybody in the row got potatoes, or got potatoes. They got free drinks,
Yeah.
So I thought, well, that's kind of crazy, So I was traveling with about 3 or 4 other actors, who all names escape me, but they were recognizable actors.
Yeah.
And it was funny, because when we get off the plane, I mean, it was like I had COVID or something. Nobody wanted to be around me, man. It was just this big, island that I was walking on. It's like, man, that guy's he's weird. And the rest of the passengers, of course, on the plane, it was like, that guy, potato man.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So I got back. I went to the show. I told them the story pretty much like I told you. I got pretty much the same reception.
Yeah.
And but they did get their potatoes from Ralph's. They were from Ralph's, not Idaho. And I don't know if I had a potato in Idaho. Well, I did have potatoes there, but I don't know if I've eaten a potato.
Well, there's a good possibility that potato you got from Ralph's, that may have come over from Idaho.
Yeah.
Could very well be. I stayed in a hotel in Boise once. I swear to gosh, it was haunted. I mean, it was. I could not sleep. I mean, there was just some bad vibrations in that hotel. And then the same producer brought me back about a year later and put me up in the same hotel, but in a different room. So, it's like, I think Idaho, I think hotel rooms and potatoes.
Right. Haunted hotels.
I forget the movies that I was doing there, but that's my remembrances. Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah.
Moving on.
Was the second room any better, or was that one just as haunted?
There was no ghost. There was nothing. It was one of those, in downtown Boise. They remodeled down there.
Yeah.
This was just an old regular motel, and they revitalized it.
Yeah. Okay.
Put in a fancy paint job, and I think it's terrific. By the way, downtown Boise, it's got a very youthful energy, and the city seems very alive, very moving forward, and seems like it's got some pretty intelligent city fathers, So yeah, I like the city. I like it a lot.
It kind of reminds me of like a little Salt Lake. It's like this city with some big buildings and then some mountains around it.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But it has a neat vibe when you're down there. It's kind of cool to be down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And boy, you get out of that town, which is, that big, and it's wide open spaces, man. It's, that's.
And that's where we're at. We're in the wide open spaces.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we're not actually in Boise. We're kind of in a town called Caldwell, which is about 30-ish miles away.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. So a little drive on the freeway and you get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, okay. Well, if I ever get back to Boise, I'll remember that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, yeah. If you're coming back to Boise, you need to let me know. So
yeah, we'll get you on the show in person.
Absolutely.
And I'll bring potatoes, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'll get you some potatoes.
Yeah. Okay.
Next time you come down here, there's a treat called the Idaho potato, and you can get it at the Boise Fair, and I think you can get it at a couple other places as well. But it's a big lump of ice cream that is like it's frozen solid, and then it's rolled in cocoa powder so that it looks like a potato skin.
I love it.
Yeah, and then they cut it down the middle like a baked potato, and they put whipped cream and all sorts of sprinkles on it, and it's like a ice cream baked potato, and it's incredible.
Yeah. Oh, I love it already.
You can put one in your carry-on bag because they might ask if anybody has
it. They wouldn't last that long. I'd be in my tummy long before
That's
that.
Right.
Yeah. They have what's that where you get the soft the Dixie? What's that called? Where you get the soft serve ice cream? Anyway, but there in Boise, I was going home. This young lady with me and driving me around and everything. She's kind of taking care of me.
Yeah.
And we stopped for an ice cream. It's the largest ice cream cone I've ever gotten in my life. I didn't ask for a big one. It just, it was both a big one. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But
actually,
I remember those things about Boise.
That's right.
Yeah.
The
food and
the
food and people.
The person that you're referencing, actually, I got a message from her because I had posted that I was going to be talking to you on a podcast. And she sent me a message saying, "Hey, Joe is the best. I love him. And I actually drove him around Boise and we went for ice cream. It was the greatest thing ever."
Oh, my God. That's it.
Oh,
see what one ice cream cone can do for you.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, but she was a sweetheart. Oh, isn't that nice that she checked in? And
yeah, super cool.
Well, give her a hug for me, or at least a verbal hug.
I'll send her back a message. Absolutely. Yeah.
No, I remember her dearly. She was such a sweetheart. Yeah.
So, Joe, how long have you actually been in the film industry now?
Oh gosh, I did my first film in 1974. When I started acting, I was a stage actor, and I didn't think that much about film. I mean, I just didn't. I thought live theater was where an actor belonged. In retrospect, I think that's where at least I am most comfortable is on the stage.
On the stage, okay.
Really?
On the stage, yeah. And I get back to it, when I can, or I I don't do nearly as much in the last 3 years or so. Just age.
Stage is exhausting.
Yeah,
it is hard work.
Yeah, and you have to memorize all those words.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's so gratifying. I mean, it's so with a good play and a good performance, and it's what life is about. But I was my brother's an actor. And he was doing a piece, and he asked me if I wanted to come out and audition for it. And I said sure. So I went out and to California. I was in Ohio.
Okay.
And I went out to California to audition for it. It was a TV movie. It was called Pretty Boy Floyd, and I was auditioning for his brother. And back in the day, I think we still look a little alike, but back in the day, we really looked alike. So
yeah.
But anyway, I auditioned, and they gave me the part, and I got my SAG card, and so that although I've been acting for a long time, at least when I came out to California, at least I had that SAG card in my pocket, and I tried to come out in 1972, and I couldn't get my first and last rent. A lot of actors come out here and they just, but in 74, I got a nice paycheck and I was able to get a place, and
nice.
And been fairly fortunate. I don't think any actor, even the very successful ones, ever have that easy a ride. But yeah, so 74. That's 51 years.
Oh wow, that's incredible,
man. That's a long time.
And
that's a long time.
You mentioned your SAG card. So every episode, my dad learns something new about the film industry because this is him jumping into this industry for the first time ever. He had no experience in film until I started making movies, and then that's when he started learning all this stuff. So explain to my dad, and I guess the listeners as well, what a SAG card is and everything that you have to do to end up, to earn your SAG card.
Yeah. Well, you have to do a film that's sanctioned by the Screen Actors Guild, and there's a lot of independent films that aren't made with sanctioned by SAG, and I don't SAG has changed. I don't want to get off subject here, but if you're doing a SAG film, and most mainline TV shows, dramas and comedies are SAG or after films, and you need to be a part of the guild if and you pay a dues every year to be a part of that, and if you don't pay your dues, if you don't have a card, they don't let you do the film, even as much as the producers, directors might want you. I just, I don't, but SAG has changed quite a bit. And I filed papers with SAG about 25 years ago called Financial Core, which in essence, and Charlton Heston was the one that initiated this, and in essence, it's against the law to prevent somebody to do work that the employer wants them, and yet there's this guild or whatever that's preventing them from doing it. So Charlton Heston, who was a former SAG president, stepped in and said, "No, that's went to court." And anyway, so there's this financial core. So I filed for a financial core, and which in essence means that I can do any film that I want to do. I can do it as long as they cast me in it. I can do a SAG film or a non-SAG film, and there are some terrific films that just bypass SAG altogether because it's so incredibly difficult, the paperwork and all the hoops that a producer has to jump through in order to do a SAG film.
Yeah.
So,
Well, back in the older days, Hollywood productions, big films, that was kind of the thing. That's where acting was at.
Yeah.
But now it seems like independent films have really, really taken a stronghold in what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah. And they are all over the country. And a lot of films, a lot of TV series that used to be shot exclusively in Hollywood are now all everywhere. Atlanta, Boise, Chicago, Detroit, Dallas, Miami. All these are hubs where, they have actors that live there and are cast from there.
Yeah.
And if Boise didn't have that harsh winter, there'd be a lot more movies shot in Boise too. But it's tough enough getting work and that it SAG became a problem rather than an asset. But that's the way it seems it is with a number of things in life. Yeah.
So how many movies do you usually do a year nowadays?
I used to. It depends. I mean, sometimes I do 2 or 3, but some run of the film parts, and others were just a week, and some of them were just a day. But they all count. So I really don't know. In the last 3 years, I've had some health issues, which now I'm just over.
Yeah.
Thank God. Thank you, God.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
So I'll be getting back into the swing. But in the last 3 years, I've done. I haven't really done that much. I stay current with On Cinema, and I do the Oscar night on cinema, Oscar night on cinema at the cinema, Oscar night, which I love. I do that every year. But I've kind of I'm not that young. I think now I'm just I kind of write more. Enjoying, I think, just being alive more.
Yeah.
It used to be, I'd just be desperate. Oh, I have to make it. Oh, I need this film.
Right.
And I really don't. I think I got a lot of work out there that some of it I'm very proud of, some of it I'm ashamed of. But it's a lot of work. And as an actor, I mean, I've been really blessed. I've really been very, very fortunate to make my living as an actor. Sometimes it was, frankly, it was bigger. I mean, I don't care. I was reading Sylvester Stallone's story. He even after Rocky, he had some really down years and couldn't get arrested.
Yeah.
So it's tough. A new generation. Every generation has their own heroes, has their own lead actors, and the actors of yesterday and yesteryear, they're playing maybe support roles or not playing anything at all,
Yeah.
Right.
or going back to the stage. So I wrote a thing called Hobos that I'm very proud of. I think it's one of the best things that I wrote, and I'm going to Detroit. It's only a two character film. I'm going to direct it, and I'm going to play one of the two characters. So,
wow.
that I'm looking forward to because it's Hobos has it's got something to say. It's about human beings, and it's about life. I mean real life, and I think I'm proud to leave that as a legacy. I mean, you guys know, there's so many movies that are so easily forgettable. I mean, forgettable. You get paid for it and you move on, and but this one, I think I'm looking forward to do.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those movies that have connections, they're character driven. Tabor, he has a little production company here, and he has made some short films and stuff, and he's kind of in the horror type genre. He likes those types of things, and I don't. I'm not really into that. I'm more into the feel good movie. The connection movie, those types of things. But he made a short film not long ago called Bigfoot Falls, and we kind of talked about how to put that together. He kind of got the Bigfoot part of the movie that he got in his movie, and I kind of got it's about a father and sons and their relationship, and Bigfoot's in it, and yeah, it's really cool when you can have a movie or a story that is driven by emotion and the characters. I like that.
No, absolutely. I want to see a movie about a father and son Bigfoot, living out there in the forest, and their rough life, and how they get along, with the rest of the Bigfoots, I like this. And congratulations on the film. Who did you play? Who played the Bigfoot?
So my brother actually played Bigfoot. We got a really cheap, Spirit Halloween Bigfoot costume, and the way we shot it is we were able to hide how low budget it was. Like, we did some really quick, fast, shots.
A lot of fog work.
Yeah, fog work, and made it look.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Yeah.
Made it look convincing enough. And so and my brother, this is a brother you didn't meet. He has nothing to do with the movie industry. He doesn't like watching movies. He doesn't like making movies. He does not care. And we just couldn't find anyone to play Bigfoot, and it kind of was coming down to the wire.
He's really tall.
Yeah.
So, well,
So he had the qualification for Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Well, son, is he okay with that? I mean,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's really funny is he didn't really want to do it, but at the end he's actually kind of proud of it now.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for you. Yeah. Well, I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. Congratulations.
And I'll send it to you.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Terrific. It's, I love what you said, about, relationships between father and son. Though. I mean, that's profound. I have three daughters. I don't have sons, and
okay.
I would have liked that kind of relationship, that kind of, but not to be.
I've got four sons, but I also have one daughter that's in the middle, and to be quite honest, I like her way better than my son. So you're probably fine.
Yeah. Well, I hear you. Yeah. But I tell you, it's. I don't know what I'm not telling you guys. To make a film, I mean, I don't care. It is difficult to bring all the things together that you need to bring together, and the money. Even a low budget film, the money that it costs. I mean, it is a very expensive art form.
Oh yeah.
Which most of the time has little in return for you. Just but it is a marvelous art form, and it lives long after we do. I mean, I was reading Da Vinci a couple of days ago, and my God, the pain and the agony that this guy suffered. through in his art, and I mean, you can see it in his art.
Yeah.
Just such an emotional storm, and never made a penny. Never made. Always broke. Always, living off the generosity of others. Oftentimes going hungry. And it was what a tough life, and yet, probably, arguably the greatest artist that ever lived.
Yeah.
So.
It seems like that happens a lot where an artist is not appreciated during their time, but then ends up becoming profound many years later.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and it's a shame, but it's certainly understandable. I mean, he's not, he's born out of time, but it takes a while for people to be able to get their senses around. The artists have such great, profound spiritual messages that they agonize with. Well, we are artists, and we agonize with, something that's in our, soul and in our hearts that not that we want to express, but that we need.
Yeah.
We need to express, and oftentimes that expression is painful, and yet we're driven to say it,
Yeah.
And I guess that's what art is about. And that's what artists are about.
Yeah. When you've got something inside you and you're passionate about, sometimes you just gotta get it out there.
Yeah.
So you had mentioned, some movies you're proud of and some movies you're not so proud of, but what are a couple of movies that you remember that you felt really good about, that you were proud of, or that you were glad you were a part of it?
Oh, gosh. There was a movie I did called Jumping for Joy, which was shot in Salt Lake City, in and around.
Okay.
Terrible title, but terrific movie. There was a movie we shot in Texas called Dunby. In essence, it was about what this guy was marvelous. He was just a marvelous human being, and the story was, what if he had never been born? And it showed both sides of the story. These same people in the same town, in their same circumstances, and with this guy being there, with him not being there, and it was profound. What difference one person makes in other people's life, both for good and not so good. But I thought it was a marvelous painting of that. I did I worked with DeSales Media out of New York, which is a Christian film company, and I pitched a series to them called All Things Catholic, and they funded me. They gave me the money to do it, and gave me, and my wife produced it, and I hosted it, and we got all the stories right here, most of them in Southern California, and it wasn't about Catholicism. It was about, we went on, with like, with other religions and all the good that these people are doing in the world, all the good works that they're doing in the world, that really, go unnoticed, but so my whole series was about bringing these good works that they're doing out, and meeting these people, and giving them a platform to speak about what they were doing. We did, I think, 63 episodes, and went on, I think, for 5 years. I think 10 episodes a year, and it was, I think, one of the proudest things that I've done, because it was about doing good or showing good, and I thought that was well spent time doing that, and that last year that we did it, that network, the sales won best Christian network in the country, which
wow.
I don't know if that means anything, but but it means, I guess, that people tune into it and appreciate it. So that was nice. But it's like whether you're Christian or Buddhist, or what's that, Mormon? I love the Mormons. Yeah, I really do. I think they're terrific. The most gentlemanly people. There's a lot there. Where you guys are? You guys Mormon?
We actually are.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I like you guys.
Yeah.
That's terrific. Yeah. But the Catholics and the Mormons have joined together a number of times. Doing good work. So I tell you, there was I was doing a movie I did a number of movies up in Salt Lake. And was it Films for Family? I think was the company up there. It wasn't a Mormon company. As a matter of fact, the guy that ran the show was, I think he was a Catholic, but they were just feel good movies. I think Jumping for Joy was out of Salt Lake City.
Okay.
But my wife went up to me on one of the shoots and said, she was downtown Salt Lake there in a bookstore or something, and this guy, the guy hit on her, but my wife Constance, she said, Joe, you said he was such a gentleman. He was so nice.
That's hilarious.
Okay, yeah, but I mean they, I think it's I don't. I mean, faith is great. I mean, it really is. But it's I don't think God could care less what you believe. It's what you do. Or what you don't do.
I think it's important that, are you trying to be a good person, and are you trying to help people around you? I think that's what's important. Yeah.
I think you're absolutely right. And and I think that's that's all that counts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but I there's a lot of movies I'm not ashamed of. I'm not proud of. But I did it. They were great. They were great fun. What's it the worst movie I ever did? I still had a good time.
Yeah.
So yeah. But
there's one movie that I want to watch. Well, there's lots of them I want to watch, not just one. But there was one particular one I was reading about called, you did a 1990 called Soul Taker.
Oh, yeah.
And it was on Mystery Science Theater.
Yeah.
And I love Mystery Science Theater. I think that's so much fun. Those little characters talking about the movie as they're watching it. So, but the story sounded really cool.
In that year, it won Best Sci-Fi Movie. Variety gave it a roast. Gave it a Ghost came out at the same time, and it said it was a better movie than that. It was very. I don't know if you can find a copy now, but imagine. There's a middleman out there collecting your soul,
Right.
and depending on what you lived in life, you may end up being one of these middlemen, and that was my job to collect souls, but it was very very thought provoking. But in 1993, it did very, very well.
Okay.
But it was, now for the past number of years, in a script, you got to have a slaying, you got to have a killing in the first 7 pages, at least in the
Right.
first 7 pages,
Yeah.
And Soul Taker, what was it about that? It was about it was literally about the immortal soul, and in a real sense, in saving your soul. I mean, there was a lot of metaphors in that movie.
Okay.
But it for any drama, whether it's stage or film, it takes a while for the plot to develop, and the audiences now, they really don't have the patience.
No, they don't.
Since the advent of Star Wars, it's all eye candy.
Yeah.
And so Soul Taker, which I'm fine with it being on mystery theater. That's great, and they kind of beat it up, but to see the whole movie, it's a good movie. I mean, it really. I don't know. Have you seen it?
I have not seen it yet, but anytime I was doing some research, that's the one that was always popping up. So it's on my list now. And we even talked about, Dad and I have talked about doing an episode where there was a couple movies that when we were talking about a director where that week my dad didn't see the movie. We still talked about it, but he didn't see the movie. And then the next week we talked about a movie and I didn't see the movie. And so we're thinking about going back and catching up on the movies that we missed and doing an episode on that. And I think that we can throw, that on the list and just have all these movies that we.
That'd be great. I'd love to get your feedback on it. I don't, I don't know how easy it is to find a copy of it.
Yeah. So,
but I go ahead.
So Soul Taker, actually, I can't find it where you can stream it, but you can buy a video of it on Amazon.
Really?
Yeah, it's still available.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Since I've done that movie, really, I had no trouble finding work. It was kind of like after that movie, people came to me rather than going out looking for work. So it was really just it gave me a lot of security as an actor.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
A question I have, are you able to watch? I know some actors cannot watch themselves on screen. Are you able to sit down and watch your movies and fully enjoy them? Or are you kind of like, I made it, I don't have to watch it?
Yeah, I watch very few of them.
Oh, really?
Very few. Yeah, and exactly what you said. Once you give a performance in a movie, and you're satisfied with it. You're satisfied most of the time. You're satisfied with the performance.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, all right. But then it goes into the editor, and he's a totally different set of eyes, and he doesn't know your intentions, and a scene that you may have shot for the beginning of the movie and your emotions, or for this particular scene, they can take that and put it someplace else in a film, and and your emotions might be totally out of place because of it,
Yeah.
And your absolute best take. There may have been some distraction or something in the background that is not as good as the editor thinks it was. He can't use it, so he's got to take your second or third performance or whatever.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
But I just, I think, okay, I did it. I did the best that I can, and I'm going to move on. I thought maybe someday when I, just kind of stop this foolishness. Maybe then I might revisit a couple of them.
Okay.
But it's strange. fellas, it's the person I was then is not the person I am now.
Oh.
So, it's
yeah.
kind of,
Absolutely.
it's kind of spooky looking back on this other guy. And, I know what he had going on in his mind, and unfortunately I'm the result of it now, so it's kind of, it's kind of spooky that way, but I just hope that, maybe my kids might pick up a movie or something. I mean, my youngest daughter, Soul Taker, is her favorite movie.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
So
cool.
yeah.
Well, I'm
but,
glad I brought that one up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so is Meatballs. So
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah.
So
but
in
it's
in
go
reading
ahead.
a little bit about you, I had come across that Joe Estevez, not officially called the king of B movies, but has a significant cult following and is a prolific performer in B movies. So it sounds like you've made quite a mark. There are a lot of people that kind of follow you and follow your movies. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and I don't take B movies as a slant. I mean,
No, I don't. I wouldn't either. Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. I've been working with Tim Heidecker and the On Cinema, and we did 3 or 4 years. We did what the hell was that? Anyway, we did a series and where I played the president, and it was I mean it kind of like it gave me a second life in the this younger generation. It was like, wow, man, these guys are calling me and asking me to work and such, and it was
that's incredible.
Yeah, so that was I don't know if you're familiar with Tim Heidecker, and
oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but he kind of gave me a second wind,
Yeah,
so
that's cool.
Yeah.
Tim Heidecker, Dad, is the one who did Tim and Eric's $1 billion movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
I knew the name was familiar. Yeah.
And he's he does the On Cinema all year, and then the Oscar night special, which is a big fanfare. He
Nice.
brings out all the stuff. He's very talented guy. And he's also got a band, of course, and travels with that. But and yeah, we did a road show. I think we went to 25 different states, played 29 different venues in 25 states.
Oh
wow.
Nice.
With his show, so it was great. I mean, it was a nice little dessert for me in my acting life.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah. Isn't it crazy, guys? I mean, isn't it crazy that that there's actors? It's crazy, It's these people that they're living pretending to be something else. They're usually
cool.
called thieves and frauds. Yeah, but it wasn't. You talked earlier about me being a regular guy and such. It wasn't that long ago. Where actors were. It was like you pay for that room up front. Definitely not trusted. That fathers wouldn't let their daughters date an actor or be seen with an actor, and God forbid they would never let them do a play or have anything to do with the theater. I mean,
Right.
it wasn't that long. If I can do some more bragging here, but my uncle Michael Phelan, he was one of the original members of the Abbey Theatre in Ireland. And
oh wow,
I understand it's right. And also, he was one of the revolutionaries, one of the patrons in the IRA Easter Rebellion in 1916, and he was put in prison. And because he was, and finally, I mean, Ireland became free, at least
Right.
the southern part of Ireland.
Yeah.
But I'm so very proud of him that he was an actor, and I understand he was pretty good.
Yeah.
So
it sounds like there's a script there too.
You know what? Yeah. Well, I think my kids are going to have to write that one. It's an interesting thing that we do here on planet Earth. I mean, as I get older, I wonder, wow, what the hell are we doing here? Why are we here in the first place? Where are we going and all that? And I love to do films and stories about why we're here and where we're going or where we might be going.
Oh yeah.
So,
I had my wife and I, we talk about that sometimes, and I always kind of bring up the fact, we could have come to Earth. It would have been easy to just put one person on Earth at a time, and you come and you do your time alone and get whatever experience you're going to get, and then you go back, and then another person comes to Earth. But we were all put here together for a reason, and that's because we're supposed to be here for each other. We're supposed to help one another. We're supposed to touch each other's lives, and so the acting that you're doing, I kind of equate that you're giving something to people, right? You're giving entertainment. You're making movies that are touching. You're making movies that are exciting. You're doing things that are creative that people are getting enjoyment from. So that's really cool.
Yeah, and thank you for that. And also, there's some that if I had the choice to do it over again, hopefully I would have the strength to turn it down, because now there's a couple of films that I'm ashamed of, and I wish that I hadn't done. But you get back in the day, and a movie's offered to you, and your rent's due, and your car needs repaired.
That's money.
It's tough. It's tough to So but it is, our life is made of decisions, and all of us, none of us are perfect all the time, so yeah. But and that's true as an actor. I think all the films now are being used as such a platform for violence, just ugly, barbaric violence, and I think it kind of mirrors what society is becoming these days, or just how frustrated society is these days. And it's a shame that a lot of film is being used for that, and a lot of films being used for good, like with you and your son, telling that relationship between father and son. How many hearts is that going to touch? That's terrific. Yeah.
It's touched about 365 so far.
Oh, nice.
Well, that's pretty good.
According to YouTube.
That's pretty doggone good, And if those 365 tell another 365, you know what I mean?
Right.
And, you could garner quite an audience, Yeah. Well, I don't know, fellas. What do you think? Is it? I don't know how long we've been talking, but
we've been talking for an hour, and I'm feeling pretty good. We can wrap things up unless you have some more stories you'd like to talk about. Then I have no problem with that. I've got tons of time.
I'm good. I think what's the old actor's adage? You got to leave them laughing. You know what I mean? The worst,
That's right.
worst thing you want to do is bore people.
Yeah.
So I try my best not to do that, but I do it anyway. Yeah.
As we get older, that's what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But I had a great time. Great chatting with you folks. I hope that I get back to Boise and celebrate one of those potato ice creams.
Absolutely,
That's gonna be that's what a treat that's gonna be.
Yeah. Joe, if you are ever headed back this direction, send me a message and we'll hook up. We'll get together. We'll go have an ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, it was a joy. Thank you guys so much for reaching out to me, and I had a great time chatting with you folks.
I really appreciate you coming on. I think you have done some really good work, and you are doing some really good work, and we really appreciate you as an actor, and we really appreciate you as a person also. I think you're a great guy. Everybody I've talked to, they all say the same thing. Joe is fantastic. So
I tell you, life doesn't get any better than that. Thank you so much for telling me that. I really appreciate it. God bless, fellas. Be safe there. And hopefully our paths will cross again.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you. Thank you, fellas. God bless. Bye-bye for now.
All right. See you later.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Well, that was Joe Estevez.
Joe Estevez.
Yeah. What an incredible chat.
Yeah, that was cool.
All right. You ready to head on out of here?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm done.
All right. Let's do it.
Time for my nap.
Okay.
And we're gone.
I got nothing for this one. All right. Bye.
Thanks for listening to My Dad's Movie Podcast. We had a lot of fun creating it, and we hope you enjoyed it.
For more content, please check us out at Facebook and YouTube at My Dad's Movie Podcast, or visit our website, mydadsmoviepodcast.com.
And always, if you'd like to help support us, please check out our Patreon at My Dad's Movie Podcast.
Thanks for listening, everybody.